What's up, my guys? And welcome back to the Wrestling Report Card. I'm your host, Cody. This is your co-host, Marshall, today. And we're going to be talking about AEW All Out. And for those of y'all that know, you know, because he's back. By God, he's back. And for those of y'all that don't know, you better find out. But other than that, we also had some great matches on the night. You had the AEW Heavyweight Championship on the line as Jon Moxley took on CM Punk. And you had the debut of the Trios Championship in a banger match. Plus the tag team titles were on the line as well in possibly the best match of the night. So as y'all can see, we got a lot to talk about. So without further ado, buckle up your seatbelts and let's get to great. First up on the night, we got the Casino Ladder match. And I just got one question to ask. What in the hell happened, okay? So how this match works out is to win this, 8 guys compete to climb a ladder to grab the poker chip, which gives you a future title opportunity. The last wrestler in this match is called the Joker, and no one knows who he is coming in, and it's always either a debut or a huge return. So we get it started, and the first 7 guys come in, and they just went nuts. I mean, you had Ray Phoenix, Dante Martin, Claudio. What else are you gonna expect? And then out of nowhere, 6 guys in all black with masks on came in and just laid everyone out. Then one of them climbed the ladder, grabbed the ring, turned out to be Malcolm Bivens, who's a manager of a huge faction. As that happened, the timer for the Joker went off, and out to a beautiful song by the Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil, came a mysterious man in a mask who came down, grabbed the ring from Mr. Bivens, and walked off, but nobody knew who it was because he had a mask on that looked like the devil. And I think we all knew who it was. I swear though, if it was going to be Tony Nese, I was going to throw my TV out of my second-story apartment, but we're going to leave that there. And for the letter grade, I'm going to give it a B+. Yeah, I think we all wish it would have went a little bit longer because those 7 guys that were in there are studs, but the end result paid off. The mystery man is worth it. And for those of y'all that don't know, I'll let y'all scarf that down for a little bit and we'll get back to it later. Those of y'all that do know, y'all see what I did there. But we still gotta move on, because next up, we got the first ever Trios Championship match where it's 3-on-3 and you got the Elite taking on the Dark Order. And for the first time since Kenny Omega dropped the title, we have Kenny Omega on the opposite side of Hangman Page. Now, I'm not even going to try to tell you everything that happened here. If you have 15 spare minutes, go type in the Elite versus the Dark Order and enjoy, my guy. After absolute insanity, Kenny Omega comes through for his team, gets the 1-2-3, and the Elite are your first ever AEW Trios champions. For that title match, I'm going to give it an A-. I'm really excited to see where this division goes. And even though Kenny Omega and Hangman Page were on opposite sides in the ring, that may not be the same in real life, because after the pay-per-view, as most of you know, CM Punk got on the mic and basically just obliterated the entire locker room, and it really wasn't supposed to happen. Now, if it's not a work and it really is a shoot and CM Punk really said all that stuff for real, that's kind of a richer move in my opinion. But as y'all know, we're just got to see where all that unfolds, and we got to keep moving on, because next up, you got Athena taking on Jade Cargill for the TBS Women's Championship. Jade looks to extend her win streak to 37-0, which is exactly what she did. After about 3.5 minutes, she hit the Jaded onto Athena to get the 1-2-3. For that one, I'm going to give it a C-. Now, yes, Jade Cargill is never going to give you a 5-star match, but you can't deny her improvement, and you can't deny her presence when she walks into a building. Nobody should take that title off of her unless she wants to give it up herself. Moving on, we go into another trios match where you got FTR teaming up with the TNT champion Warldow, and they're taking on the debuting Motor City Machine Guns, who's teaming up with Jay Lethal. And Lethal comes down with his companions, the 7'4" Satnam Singh and his manager, Sonjay Dutton. So now, this next part gets a little shaky. So Dax Harwood's 8-year-old daughter just beat cancer, so her theme is fight like an 8-year-old girl. Well, Jay Lethal's manager, Sonjay, came out with a shirt that said that on it, but he crossed out girl and wrote 8-year-old brat. Like, yo. Yeah, wrestling. Anyways, FTR and Warldow handle business as Warldow hit the Powerbomb Symphony on Lethal to get the 1-2-3. After the match, when Lethal's crew moved in, out comes Samoa Joe. That's right, who laid out the 7'4" Satnam Singh. Dax's daughter then came down to the ring, grabbed Sonjay's beloved pencil, and broke it right before her daddy laid his ass out. Yeah, after that disrespect, that son bitch right there deserved what he got. For the letter grade, I'm going to give it a B. Next up, you got Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Ricky Starks. And in a surprisingly quick match, Hobbs hits his spine buster and gets a 1-2-3. I'm almost convinced that Starks got hurt and they had to end this match quickly. Now, I'm going to give that a C. Great win for Hobbs, but, I mean, if Starks isn't hurt, like, what the hell are we doing? Like, this dude can be shot to the moon with how good he is. Next up, you got Swerve in Our Glory defending the tag team title against the Acclaim, who came down ringside with that man, Billy Gunn, a.k.a. Daddy Ass, and they had the entire crowd behind them. I tell you what, when they did they Scissor Me Daddy Ass thing, that crowd just went nuts. And the Acclaim came in ready to go. They even superplexed a 400-pound Keith Lee from the top rope. Plus Max Caster picked that big sumbitch up and slammed him just like Hope did Andre the Giant. They hit the mic drop on Swerve. They get the 1, they get the 2. But at the last possible second, Keith Lee dove in to make the save. Anthony Bowens, this goes for the famouser, but Keith Lee caught him on his shoulders. Well, at the meantime, Swerve climbed the rope and he hit his double stomp with him posted up on Keith Lee's shoulders to let Keith Lee cover him and get the 1-2-3. I'm going to slap an A on that, and I'm going to say that was a hell of a match. But how do you not let the Acclaim win that sumbitch? I tell you what, they had that entire crowd behind them and Scissor Me Daddy, yeah. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done all that, but I'm going to keep moving on. Y'all act like y'all never saw that. Next up, we got the Fatal 4-Way for the AEW Women's Championship. As you got Toni Storm versus Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter versus Sheeta. And just as Jamie Hayter was going to win her first ever title, her longtime friend, Britt Baker, yanked the ref out, which ultimately led to Toni Storm pinning Hayter to win the title. Wow, how you do that to your own girl? For that one, I'm going to give it a C+. That actually has some really good action in it. Next up, we got Jungle Boy Jack taking on his former mentor, Christian. And coming into this match, a lot of people didn't know Christian was actually hurt, so they had to do something on the fly. Before the match started, Jungle Boy's longtime tag team partner, Luchasaurus, turned his back on his boy, chokeslammed him on the steel ramp, and picked him up and slammed his ass through the table before feeding him into the ring to Christian, and it went spear, kill switch, 1, 2, 3, Christian wins. Now, for the letter grade, that's a hard one to grade, but I'm going to say for the circumstances they were dealt, I'm going to give it a C+, and we're just going to have to see where this goes. We got to keep it rolling, though, because next up, you got Chris Jericho taking on Bryan Danielson in the custody match for Daniel Garcia. Okay, I made that last part up, but you kind of see where I'm going with that. Now, I'm just going to be honest. This match went way too long. And somebody get Chris Jericho a belt, damn it. His pants were falling down the entire match. Anyways, we fast forward to the end. Jericho hits Danielson below the belt, behind the ref's back, and then turned around, hit the Judas effect to get the 1, 2, 3. Now, for that one, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna give it a D+. Some of y'all may disagree with me. You can let me know how dumb I am in the comments below. But I thought it went on way too long, especially when both guys were just hitting submissions. Like, come on, my guy. And then, in the co-main event, you got Sting! By God, Sting! He's teaming up with Darby Allin and Miro to take on the House of Black. To begin, Miro did not want to tag in his teammates until Darby took matters in his own hands and tagged himself in. We fast forward and Malachi is just about to lay Sting out when Sting turned the tables. He turned around and spit the black mist into Malachi's eyes, leading to Darby hitting the Last Supper pin to get the 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to give that a B-, solid match, and from what we're hearing, Malachi Black may have to take some time off due to mental health issues. If that's the case, you go get better, my guy, because that's way more important than anything we got going on. Moving on. Next up, it's done with the talk, because it's time for the main event. You got CM Punk challenging Jon Moxley for his AEW Heavyweight Championship, and it was a solid match, man. And surprisingly, it was CM Punk who started bleeding all over the place in this match, but he did hit his head on the corner of the steel steps. That looked pretty nasty. Well, it took not 1, not 2, but 3 GTSs to finally put Mox down. And yes, the belt changes hand once again back to its original owner, CM Punk. I'm only confused. Why did he lose on Dynamite? It's probably all the backstage stuff going on, because that dude can't keep his mouth shut. But then, after the match, just when you thought it was about to end, the lights go black and the man in the devil mask appears on the big screen. You hear a voicemail from Tony Khan apologizing, begging him to come to All Out. Who is it? Who is it? And then he puts the scarf on. By God, it's MJF. MJF won the casino ladder match as he paid off Malcolm Bivens to hire his crew to come in and help him pave the way. What a comeback. And when this dude came out on the ramp, he had CM Punk looking like an afterthought in his hometown, Chicago. Man, you can't tell me this dude ain't about to be a star. For the main event, I'm going to give it a B+. Now, I think we're all a little upset that we're playing hot potato with this title right now, but if it ends up being in MJF's hands coming up in the future, I don't think any of us are going to be mad about that, my guy, because my guy is back and he's going to do some work, baby. Well, until he probably goes to WWE in 2024, but we'll leave that there. Anyways, like I said, after the pay-per-view, you had a lot of drama with CM Punk, and we're going to have to see how all that unfolds, because he took shots at Colt Cabana, Hangman Page, he even threw a shot at Vince McMahon in there. Like, my guy just wants to smoke with everybody. Woo! Boy, it's been a long weekend, my guy. But as y'all know how the show goes, we got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B-. That's right, an 82%. Hey, MJF's back, Samoa Joe's back. I'm cool with that. Was this as good as last year's All Out? No, I would know because I was there personally and it was awesome. But other than that, it was still a solid show. We got stuff to look forward to, and we really got to keep an eye on the CM Punk stuff. Hey, everybody that has tuned in, thank y'all very much. I just got my first video with over 1,000 views, and I got like 8 subscribers from that. I do everything myself, the recording, the editing, all the dumb little pictures I put on here. So I really do appreciate anybody that does support. Well, that's the end of another episode. I hope all y'all stay safe and have a nice day.